I don't need to tell you that Miriam Maisel's wardrobe is part of the reason why we all watch the show. I mean, she measures every part of her body and she maintains it to be a certain size. And I get that it was part of the era, and I definitely don't aspire to that. But I've got to say, the precision with which she applies herself to her clothing, the character, I mean, her understanding of color is incredible. I mean, assigning that much artistic ability to someone who, I think it's taste, right? You're saying the character has taste. If she can afford all of these clothes, or if she has these clothes, it says something about her. It says that she knows how to make a statement. No woman alive has that many coordinating outfits. I mean, maybe I just don't live in that world. I live in a world of stretchy long skirts and loose tops, don't I? Bohemian life. Definitely not a midge thing. Anyway, I usually fussy cut around these images and I leave a bit of white space, but for some reason, the precision of this outfit, and when she moves in it, by the way, these swing coats that she wears a lot in the show, the movement is insane. High quality material does that. When you move in it, it has something to it. It's not like Georgette, chiffon that just floats about. It's got some heft to it. So here I am trying to sort of map out the four panes of my memory keeping, and I spot a bit that my image editor couldn't remove the background of, and so I'm going in with my titanium blade from Scotch. I don't have an X-Acto knife here. X-Acto is not a brand that's carried in Singapore easily. I mean, you have to go to a specific art shop to get that. I could do, but I use my Scotch. Well, the refills are easily available, and I'm happy. I really want Midge to shine. I think she gets a bit lost in the hellebore pattern, which is based on, flowers that I've hand drawn. So I'm looking to see what texture is going to work for Midge. This is a very high quality card. It's heavier than it needs to be as well. It's far more than 200. I think it's 230, 40, 50. It's cardstock. It's heavier than cardstock. This piece of card is, and I think I'm looking for something that she says in the show that I remember her saying about women and fixing things. It's something she said at Marble Arch. I don't know if it's called Marble Arch. That part of New York where there's a fountain and an arch. Is it called Marble Arch? I might be mixing it up with London because I've spent far more time in London than I have in New York. And yep, I decided that I want her to pop off the card. So I'm using foam tape here, and let's just hope that I'm hoping that when I finally write the quote down that it actually fits. I'm actually operating a bit on blind faith here, which is what I do with layouts a lot. I'm sure all of us do, honestly. This is supposed to be fun, and I do feel like I'm enjoying myself here. Come on, Midge, you can do it. There you go. I added a bit of a pink filter onto here because there was a lot onto her, because there was a lot of blue in the photograph that I found. Yeah, and this is a quote about women, and this is still International Women's Month, so I thought it would be interesting to sort of call on Midge to say something here. So why am I including Midge in a layout? Honestly, I've been obsessed with the show for years. And when I say years, I mean years, because I knew about it before it was put out, because I follow God, why is the name escaping me? Amy and Dan Sherman Palladino. I follow their careers. I have followed their careers for years, and I knew that they were developing something. I knew about Milo Ventimiglia being on the show way before anybody announced it. I'm pretty sure I found out on Reddit or something, which is where I spend some time, because there's a huge Gilmore Girls battalion there. And so I'm ripping and tearing as one usually does. I'm trying to find something to accentuate midge but not, overdo it. I'm going to be right back, guys. I'm going to speed the video up a bit because as much as I'm enjoying talking to you, I feel like because there's so much to get through, it's best if I speed the video up a smidge. Be right back. I'm back and I think I've got it right this time. I think it's moving a smidge faster. I put a little gold corner thingy-majiggy, I don't know what it's called, a photo corner on the top because I know it's going to be on the top of my layout. So at this point I'm sort of I like to start with a left to right. I mean, we all read left to right, so I thought, let me start things off nicely. That citrus image is from a local bakery here called Z&L, and I'm very fond of their cakes. So I stole that from their social media to tell the story of my love for the color and for what they make. I printed some botanical drawings of citrus on tracing paper of vellum. This is very high quality vellum. I bought it in bulk from a paper supplier that I work with. And I'm trying to make a bit of a pocket for the things I love. So I'm using my spring kit here. Things I love is a 3x4 card from the Good Vibes kit. The pink hellebores that I ripped up to put underneath midge there, that's a 4x6 from the kit. And then the photograph of the flowers on the right hand side with the circle on, that's also a 3x4 from the kit. So I'm literally trying to create a pocket for the things I love 3x4 card on this textured paper, which is a special paper that I bought from my paper supplier. To be honest, I really want to get my hands on more of that paper. It's very special. And I'm trying to source more from the original manufacturer as well. Looks like we might be fresh out of luck. I don't know if they make it anymore. And I'm using my usual rough and tough scissors situation to create a bit of texture there, because I wanted it to pop off without using foam tape. I wanted it to pop off the background, and it does in the end. I feel like it works out the way I want it to. Now we're working with craft paper, so I'm like, okay, I've got to let this beautiful image of grapefruit stand out against the craft. But it's not really that doable with a bit of pen. I thought I could get the effect I wanted, but I think maybe I was tired or something, but because I wasn't making the choices that I wanted to make. Like, I was trying to achieve something, but I just couldn't see it coming together. So I used my Tombow markers and everything. I'm trying to get it to pop. It doesn't. And then on impulse, I see a label from some lactic acid well, you'll see the lactic acid label in a bit, but these are labels that I printed on the vellum. And I printed this with laser jet, so it's got no pigment on. I mean, it's got no ink on, it's just like, pigment. So I like being a bit rougher with this. Like, I know I can be because it's not so delicate. It's thick vellum. And I know I can put glue on it and it won't smudge and stuff, which is lovely. And I think that vellum looks really good with craft. And the black has a contrast. It pulls from Midge's hair. It pulls from the oranges at the bottom. And here's the ordinary label. I've started using lactic acid on my skin, and it seems to really suit me. I love it. It softens my skin, and I really, really feel like I'm benefiting from it. And so I kept the label from the bottle that I have a 10%, and now I have a 5%. So I think when I get another new bottle, hopefully I'll be able to remove the label, and because it's wonderfully sticky and the printing is very pretty, so I like to use it for scrapbooking. It's not working with the oranges the way they are. I like having the second label to anchor everything, but I know it's not working, and I think there's too much boxiness. And look at me going in. I'm going in with black, thinking more black is going to make it pop, and then I'm like, nope, I know exactly what I need to do. And as always, a bit of rough tearing gives me the texture I'm looking for, gives me the irregularity that pops against all of that linear line situation. Like, I needed something textured and it came through so well. I'm so pleased with how this one turned out, really pleased. I feel like that's a decision that, I mean, it takes confidence to get to that decision, you know what I mean? And I've developed it over time and I'm quite proud of myself. Now I'm trying something new with this particular thing. I haven't used these photo corners this way before, which is to apply it to the photo and then lay the whole thing down with the sticky ends. So it's a little bit scary, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, is there something that I can do to make this pop? Do I want to introduce the blue? Do I want to use more of my hellebores? Then I realized, okay, let's try a bit of ink. So I take some green ink. Do I end up taking the green ink? Right, I do. I take the green ink, but not to push the back up. I use it to, that's right, I fill the circle. I hate how it looks. So now I've decided to fussy cut one of the hellebores out of my 4x6 and lay it over top of what I ruined. In my mind, I ruined it. It doesn't look so horrible. Oh, let's be honest, it's a mess. The color isn't quite right. It wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. And so this is a really great solution, I feel like I found a decent one, which is to back the hellebore with a bit of craft paper, fussy cut around it. You can see that I've got, like, the craft paper isn't clean. It's got bits of pen mark on it and whatever, but I can't be asked at this point. I want the texture. I want it to... Oh, it looks... Why does it look amazing? It's because it's meta, right? It pulls from the fact that there are pink flowers in the background. So for me, it works. And then you add foam tape because you want the shadows. And if anybody catches a whiff of the green underneath, you know, it makes sense because it's shadow. And then you've got that white circle ever so, you know, almost invisible around there. And then you can... I feel like it works with everything. Here's a closer look at all of the cards. And the quote reads, "If women don't realize what's going on in the world, they won't step in and fix it." What do you think? I feel like it has personality and zing. It's not pink the way you would expect it, I don't think, anyway. I like subverting the expectation with the sweetness of pink. And using texture unexpectedly. I'm really proud of this layout. I know it's not very complicated, but things that you're proud of don't have to be complicated, I've found. Will you tell me in the comments which of the 4 cards speak to you the most? Also, do you watch The Marvelous Mrs Maisel? Am I alone in my singular and utter adoration for the entire setup of the show and the way the story is told? I'm really mad for it. I hope you love it too. And if you don't already watch it, I really recommend that you do. It's a great show to watch with someone you really get along well with. A girlfriend, a partner. It's got swearing in it, so watch out. I hope you love my layout. I'm very, very fond of this. It's one of my favorites. Talk to you on Instagram. It's been lovely chatting. Bye guys. And thanks again for hanging out.